Okay. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. In this time, we from Group 4, we had to presentation project about observation project and corn crops. Before we gonna presentation, we have to introduce our team. And the team, they are Rahma Fitriani with the last student number is 44, and Hidayat Prasetyo with the last number student is 153, and Aisyah Ashar with the last student number is 156, and Sabrina Anaura with the last student number is 170, and Alfinato Nasiha with the last student number is 176, and me, Diandra Sapana, with the last student number is 180. Next. Okay. The background of the presentation, we called the corn is important crop in Indonesia. On the other hand, corn is used as a food ingredient, and they also a very necessary feed ingredient. Corn productivity, like other cultivated crops, is often hampered by pests and plant disease. Mustikawati and Murni argue that low production is caused by several offenses, including pests and disease attack and use of several low-quality varieties. One of main pests in corn plantation is the armyworm. Armyworm attack on corn plant can reduce economic value because they attack corn plant in the vegetative and generative growth states. In addition, leaf blight disease can reduce the productivity on corn plant growth. Okay, next. Okay, and the land condition from the project is in Jalan Wijaya Kusuma, is next to Matukopi 3, Subdistrict Condo Catur, Sleman Regency, Daerah Istimewa Yogyakarta. The land area, this is 500 meter square, and the plant type is corn. The owner is Mr. Waras, and the variety is Rajawali seed sweet corn. And the population in the field is 450 corn plant, and the land management is manual, and type of fertilizer is urea and manure, and the cultivation system is monocropping.
Okay, next is the timeline of the observation. So the observation was done 4 times, and for the first observation was on September 2029, and the second observation was on October 6. The third observation was on October 10, and the last observation was on October 20.
Okay, the next is best observation method. The observation method for Spodoptera was conducted using a zigzag sampling pattern. Selected plants along the zigzag path were inspected for signs of damage, such as irregular leaf, holes, and frost deposits. So, although the larvae are nocturnal and less active during the day, observation focus on identifying damage symptoms and examining typical hiding spots such as under leaf folds or near the plant base. This approach ensures accurate detection of fall armyworm infestation despite their reduced activity during daylight hours. The zigzag sampling method involves walking across the field in a zigzag pattern, observing and recording pests and 10 selected points. This approach ensures comprehensive coverage of the area without needing to examine every point. It is particularly effective for assessing pest distribution on large fields while saving time and effort. Next. And the next is disease observation method. The disease observation method for leaf blight in corn was conducted using a zigzag sampling pattern to ensure a representative and comprehensive assessment of the farm. Selected plants along the zigzag path were observed for characteristic symptoms of leaf blight, such as long-teeth lesions with 10 centers and darker borders. Each plant was scored for disease severity on a scale of 0 until 5, where 0 representative no symptoms and 5 indicated severe, like affecting most of the leaf. Disease in incidence was recorded by calculating the proportion of infected plants out of the total observed. This method effectively capture the distribution and intensity of the disease while optimizing time and research.
Okay, so the next slide is about scoring for armyworm. And we use the simplified rating for score 0. There's no visible damage on the corn leaves. And for score 1, there are only pinholes on whorl leaves. For score 2, there are pinholes and small circular lesions on whorl leaves. For score 3, there are pinholes, small circular lesion, and a few small, less than 1.3 centimeters elongated lesion on whorl and or fur leaves. For score 4, there are small elongated and a few mid-size 1.3 until 2.5 centimeters elongated lesions on whorl and or fur leaves. For score 5, there are small elongated and several mid-size 1.3 until 2.5 centimeters elongated lesion on whorl and or fur leaves. For score 6, there are small and mid-size elongated lesions plus a few large more than 2.5 centimeters elongated lesion on whorl and or fur leaves. For score 7, there are many small and mid-size elongated lesions plus several large more than 2.5 centimeters elongated lesion on whorl and fur leaves. For score 8, there are many small and mid-sized elongated lesions on whorl leaves plus many large more than 2.5 centimeters elongated lesions on whorl and fur leaves. For score 9, there are whorl and fur leaves almost totally destroyed.
Okay, this is the data result from the plants that attacked by pests. From the plant age is 7 days after plant. The plants that attacked by pests is 45, and the score of affected plants, there is 10 samples for the plants, and for the sample 1 is the first sample is 0, and sample 2 is 0, sample 3 is 2, sample 4 is 1, sample 5 is 4, sample 6 is 0, sample 7 is 0, sample 8 is 1, sample 9 is 4, and sample 10 is 0. And for the 14 days after plant, the plant that attacked by pest is 50, and this is the score of affected plants. The sample 1 is 0, sample 2 is 1, sample 3 is 3, sample 4 is 5, sample 5 is 4, sample 6 is 3, sample 7 is 0, sample 8 is 1, sample 9 is 5, and sample 10 is 3. And for the 21 days after plants, the plants that attacked by pest is 200. And for the sample 1 is the score is 0, and for the sample 2 the score is 3, sample 3 the score is 5, sample 4 the score is 6, sample 5 the score is 8, sample 6 the score is 4, sample 7 the score is 4, sample 8 the score is 4, sample 9 the score is 6, and sample 10 the score is 7. And for the 28 days after plants, the plants that attacked by pests is 270, and for the score is the sample 1 is 3, sample 2 is 3, sample 3 is 5, sample 4 is 7, sample 5 is 9, sample 6 is 5, sample 7 is 4, and sample 8 is 5, sample 9 is 8, and sample 10 is 9. And this is the table of damage development in corn plants. Okay. Here is the attack calculation for the damage incident for the 7 days after plants. The what is it? The plant that gets attacked by pest is 45 per total population, and it's times 100%, and the result is 10%. And for the 14 days after plants, the plants that attacked by pest is 50, so the result is 10.11%. And for the 21 days after plants, the plants that gets attacked by pest is 200, and the result is 44.44%. And for the 28 days after plants, the plants that get attacked by pest is 270, and the result is 60%. So this is the attack calculation of intensity of pest attack. So for the 7 days after plants, so the total of the sample per 90 times 100%, the result is 13.33%. And for the 14 days after plants, the result is 27.78%, and for the 21 days after plants, the result is 52.22%, and for the 28 days after plant, the result is 64.44%. Okay, so in the first 2 weeks, the damage appeared relatively low, which was around 10%, and increased slightly to 10.11%. This shows that although the army worms have started to attack, the impact is not yet significant. Usually at this stage, the army worms are still in the early larval stage, which is not too damaging. There was a spike in damage to 44.44%. At this stage, the armyworm larvae have reached an older and hungrier instar. They begin to aggressively bore into the leaves, causing more severe damage, such as large holes in the leaves, and can even damage the shoots of the plant. Damage peaks at 60%. At this stage, armyworm larvae can cause severe damage, often leaving only leaf veins. If the caterpillar population is high, they can also attack the corn cob. And based on the observation data of corn plants affected by armyworms, it is known that the spread of armyworms is very high. This is because the corn plants are still in the vegetative phase and armyworms attack them during this stage, leading to a high level of occurrence and damage.
Okay, the next slide, scoring and data result. The scale is 0 with the information that there are no symptoms or disease. For scale 1 indicates very mild infection with like symptoms ranging from 1 to 5%. Lesions are distributed on the lower leaves. For scale 2 indicates mild infection like symptoms on the plant reaches 6 until 20%. The number of lesions is less than 25% on the lower leaves. For scale 3, with information about moderate infection like symptoms, 21 until 50%. The number of lesions is less than 50% on the lower leaf. Some on the middle leaf are less than 25% on the scale of 4 with a description of the severe infection. Leaf blight attack research less than 50%. The lower leaf die lesions on the middle leaves are less than 50% and extend to the upper leaf with lesions less than 25%. For the scale 5 is a very heavy infection, abundant lesions on almost all the leaf. The plant dries to the point of death.
Okay, and this is the data result of table of disease development in corn plants. And then this is a tech calculation for disease occurrence, and the 7 day is first week is 0%. For the week 2 is 1.11%, and the week 3 is 2.22%, and the fourth week is 6.44%. And this is the attack calculation of disease intensity. The discussion is, in the first week, there were no incident of damage. This indicates that the initial infection has not occurred or symptoms have not appeared. Plants in this phase are still in healthy condition. The incident of damage increased to 1.11% on day 14. Initial symptoms are usually small oval-shaped spots that are grayish green in color. Okay, and this is the attack calculation of disease intensity. The discussion is, in the first week, there were no incident of damage. This indicates that the initial infection has not occurred or symptoms have not appeared. Plants in this phase are still in healthy condition. And 2 weeks, the incidence of damage increased to 1.11% on day 14. Initial symptoms are usually small oval-shaped spots that are grayish-green in color. At this stage, the infection is visible but has not yet had a significant impact on plant health. In the third week, the damage increased to 2.22%. The spots begin to elongate and become more pronounced, with the color changing to greenish-brown. At this stage, the leaf tissue began to undergo necrosis. disrupting the process of photosynthesis and reducing the overall health of the plant. In the last week, damage reached 6.44%. At this stage, spots can spread more widely and cause more severe leaf tissue death. If left untreated, the infection can cause significant devolution and yield reduction of up to 70 points or more in severe cases. Based on the observation data of corn plants affected by leaf blight, it is evident that the leaf blight disease significantly appears at 28 days after planting. This is because the disease typically starts to attack around 24 days after planting. Additionally, this project was carried out during the transition from the dry season to the rainy season, which limited the spread of the disease.
Okay, next solution. There are several solutions that can be applied to corn plants. The first, namely, land sanitation. Land sanitation is carried out by cleaning, which can become hiding place for pests, then destroy infected plant remains to prevent the pest from spreading into the next growing season. Then the second, namely, planting pattern. Proper planting pattern can be done by rotating crops to prevent the development of certain pests. For example, plant beans after corn, and can also be done by implementing polyculture using companion plants such as beans or sorghum to reduce pest attacks. Then the last one, namely, selection of quality seeds, namely by choosing superior corn seeds that are resistant to pests and disease, and ensure that the seeds have a certificate and come from a trusted provider. By integrating this method, corn plant will grow optimally and be more resistant to pest attacks.
And this is the documentation of the project.
Okay. Okay, this is last our presentation. Thank you for everyone to hear our presentation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.